Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. In this video we're going to be carrying on from last time where we did an IFR departure, and now we're going to be doing an IFR arrival, of course still in the FBW A320. We have some ATC at the moment, but I'm not sure if we actually have it for arrival into Geneva. Okay, so before we start our descent we need to get some things done to do with our arrival. So if you run the FBW, you can basically copy exactly what I'm doing here. We can go over to this calculator. We can put in our current altitude, which is 31,000 feet, and it will say how far we need to descend in order to get to 0 feet, which is about 97 miles. So we just need to keep that in mind, just under 100 miles roughly. Next up we need to do our landing performance. So we need to get some information here in to do with our landing so we can check what auto brake setting we need to use. So we can fill from Meta and our flight plan. It can fill in some different information such as wind, temperature, QNH, airport ICAO, and it can also put in the runway condition and the weight we're going to be in. But the rest of this is up to us to put in. So reverse thrust, we're going to set that to yes. Most landers use reverse thrust, so we'll keep that on yes. Overweight procedure, no. We're not that heavy today. So the rest of this we need to get from actual charts. So if we come over to, of course, ChartFox, we can find our airport, which is LSGG, or Geneva. We can find all the charts we're going to need here. So we're going to get a taxi chart, and we're going to get the arrival chart onto 04. And we're currently on the Akito to November, so we'll select this one. We'll add that to the little dock up here. And we can actually, because it's not loading on the actual ChartFox, we can get it up in a PDF. Kind of format. So this is what our arrival is going to look like here on the 2 November. So we'll be coming off to the left, and then most likely you'll be given a heading, or if we have no ATC, we'll be turning heading 134 as we get to Golf 503, and then we'll go towards Indus, and then we'll be on the ILS. So from there we can need to get the ILS chart, which we can find on here, runway 04, and here is where most of our information is going to be. So just some general information, we can see we have a 7,000 feet here before the slope. It means we have a 7,000 foot kind of capture altitude, and here we can also see the runway heading here of 044, so that's something we need to put into the EFB, runway heading 044. Next up, we actually need the taxi chart, which we can get here, and we can see the landing distance that we have is 3,900 meters. So we'll set that in here. Then we need runway slope. There's actually no indication of the height of this end of the runway or this end of the runway, so we'll go with 0. That's the most likely there. There's no slope. Next up, we need runway elevation, which you can find at the top of this chart, which is 1,411. 1411. And lastly, we need the approach speed, which we can get from the MCDU. Go to performance, and then we'll go to the approach phase. We'll get in the QNH, which we have on the EFB. I'll go to this little tail here, dashboard, and then we can see the meta, which is 1020 on the QNH. We also have temperature. Temperature is 15, and the wind is 040, 4 knots. 0404. Transition altitude is on the chart, which is 7,000 feet, or 70. In the A320 you have to put in 7,000, not just 70 like you can in the 73 or any Boeing, I believe. And then we need the decision heights as well, which we can get from the approach chart, or the ILS chart. And we can see decision altitude here. It's going to be 200 on the Barrow. A radio, sorry. Then we can see the approach speed, which is going to be 128, and we can put that in here. From there you'll see the calculate button, so we can click that, and then we can see what auto brake we're going to need to use. As you can see, it's quite a long runway, so we can use auto brake low, and we've still got about half the runway left, so we'll use low. And we'll get that set now. Also on the approach chart we can see some circles here and some distances. These are fixed rings, and we can put them in to our MCDU as well. So to add a fixed ring we can go up to the top waypoint, on our flight plans, we can go flight plan, click on the top waypoint, then go fix info. And from here we can put in our airport that we're going to be at, which is going to be LSGG. And we'll add a radial, which is going to be our ILS radial, which is 044. And we can see we have a blue line there now. And then we can also add the radius. So one of the radiuses was 25, one of them was 10, so we'll do 25. And then we'll go to the next page, and we'll do another one for 10, the LSGG. Radial, we'll do a 222, because that'll be the radial for the other runway. So now we have a line coming out both sides, blue line, and then the radial of 10. There we go, and now we have 2 fixed rings and a ILS kind of line, or a line that goes straight down the runway, which is going to help us with our arrival. Control, top Swiss 91 Kilo Alpha, request descent.
Swiss 91 Kilo Alpha, please send flight level 210.
210, top Swiss 91 Kilo Alpha. Okay, there we go. I've requested a descent there. Normally we'll be given a descent, just because of something that's happened with our flight plan. You can see quite a long green line going off there, and that's going to be part of our distance there. We may have already even left it too late. We might have to hold somewhere, but I need to make sure we're descending now, so that we're not too high when we get to the interception point. Okay, so actually looking at the charts, that green line actually should be there, because we're only allowed to turn for a base turn once we've been given clearance by ATC to do so. So normally we would just follow that line until it ends, if it does even end, until we're told to turn on to the base, and then onto the ILS.
Top Swiss 91 Kilo Alpha, 110 Unicom, 122, decimal 8, have a safe flight.
Unicom 122.8, thanks for the service, 91 Kilo Alpha. So we actually do have everything ready for our arrival. There's not really much else we need to do. We'll just descend slowly. We'll keep descending slowly. We actually didn't need to descend that early, I don't think. We still have quite a bit to go. So we'll keep descending slowly. We can set vertical speed probably. We'll say it's like 1,000 feet per minute for now. And we'll go down to 100. We'll just keep a slow descent for fuel efficiency. Turns out vertical speed isn't working, because I told it to go 1,000 and it's going 2,000. There we go. Something that may be an idea when you're coming into airports like this, that's quite high up and got a lot of mountains around and stuff, is to put your terrain on, so that if you are low enough that you could hit some terrain, it will show up here on your PFD. And actually, we do now have Geneva approach on, so we forget Unicom. We're going to be on Geneva approach on 131325. Geneva approach, hello, top Swiss 91 Kilo Alpha.
Top Swiss 91 Kilo Alpha, Geneva arrival, good day, identified level 100, stop your descent, flight level 80.
Roger, we'll stop descent at 80, 91 Kilo Alpha.
Top Swiss 91 Kilo Alpha, you're cleared the Quito to November arrival, expect ILS approach runway 04, information Juliet is current.
Expect Quito to November and the ILS 04, top Swiss 91 Kilo Alpha.
Swiss 91 Kilo Alpha, got a shortcut for you, proceed direct Golf 503.
Proceed direct Golf 503, top Swiss 910 Alpha. 91 Kilo Alpha. It's actually quite a bit of a shortcut. Okay. One of the magics of Vatsim is we can go over to VPilot. We can get the ATIS. We can go LSGG. We can double click on that. And then we get the ATIS. Don't even have to listen to it. So we can get all this down. We've got Juliet. ILS 04. Transition level 80. So we'll keep on standard for 80 now. And then as soon as we descend, we'll be on...
From Swiss 91 Kilo Alpha, you can expect further descent in 6 minutes.
Roger, expect descent 6 minutes, 91 Kilo Alpha. Actually, yeah, we did descend quite a bit early, actually, because the intercept altitude is actually only 7,000. So we're only 1,000 feet off. We are actually quite low. Also, we'll ignore the fact that we are not in a top Swiss EasyJet livery. We'll ignore that. We'll move on. And why is that just disconnected? Okay, problem solved. Okay, we're going to get quite close to this terrain. We need to be mindful of this. We need to watch out. We might have to do a climb if we're going past that mountain there. Or that mountain.
120, top 220, back.
We should also get the seatbelt signs on because we're below 10,000 and the landing lights, especially because we are only about 1,000 feet above terrain. That's not 1,000 feet, it's about 3,000, but we're quite low, so we'll need to make sure we've got all the lights on. Okay, so we've still got auto brake set, which is good. And we can have a look at, that's the wrong one, performance. So we're going to be about halfway down the runway. It looks as though we could possibly vacate halfway down the runway and then have a really short taxi. So all in our favour. Okay, so we can see another aircraft that's just come up there on our PFD. Looks like they'll be coming in for the ILS-04 as well, possibly, because they are descending and probably at the right height as well, unlike us.
Kilo Alpha, maintain present heading, descend 6,000 feet, QNH 1020.
Maintain present heading and we'll descend 6,000 feet. We have Juliet 91 Kilo Alpha.
Kilo Alpha, just to confirm the QNH 1020.
Okay, we have to say that. QNH 1020, top 91 Kilo Alpha. I thought if we said Juliet, he might let us off there, so I have to say the QNH, but apparently we have to say that as well. Some places will let you just say that you have whatever ATIS, but some places won't. Thought it was worth a try.
Top 91 Kilo Alpha, turn left heading 130.
Left 130, 91 Kilo Alpha. Okay, the runway's going to be down here, kind of in this kind of cabin, I believe. That could be the runway down there. Okay, we'll get ILS on.
Right heading 050, top 7 my route.
As you can see, we're just below.
Turn left heading 070, clear ILS approach, runway 04, report established.
Left 070, cleared ILS 04, and Wilco report established, top Swiss 91 Kilo Alpha. As you can see, we are just below the glide slope there, so we'll be on that in a second because we're going to be staying at 6,000. You'll notice that I just pressed on the localizer there, so that basically means on this heading, we're going to stay on 070 until we intercept the localizer, and then we'll turn with the localizer. Which you'll notice is happening now. Bring out flaps 1, okay, we're quite fast. Bring out the speed brakes. That might help. See the little speed brakes there. And now we'll select approach mode. And we'll report established. Top Swiss 91 Kilo Alpha, fully established 04.
Top Swiss 91 Kilo Alpha, thank you, speed 180 knots or greater until 8 DME, you're number 1.
180 or greater to 8 DME and number 1, Top Swiss 91 Kilo Alpha. Okay, so we've been told to keep 180 knots or more until we're 8 miles out. Now we'll try and get down to 180 if possible. We need to be below 200 to bring out the next notch of flaps. You see the runway there?
This is 91 Kilo Alpha, contact tower, 118.7, have a lovely landing.
118.7, thanks for the service, bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Tower, top Swiss 91 Kilo Alpha, established 04. Can bring out flaps 2.
Top Swiss 91 Kilo Alpha, Geneva Tower, hello, wind variable 4 knots, clear to land, runway 04.
Clear to land 04, top Swiss 91 Kilo Alpha. Okay, I forgot to activate the approach phase there. Should have done that earlier. That's fine. We are now 8 DME. We're now past 8 DME, so we can go manage speed. Bring up the speed brakes and arm flaps 3, and bring out the gear as well. That'll help us to slow down. Okay, we're quite fast, so we're going to put the speed brakes back out and put flaps full. Summer flights, check the cabin. We'll do everything on the ECAM other than spoilers currently because we're too fast. Actually, I forgot we're coming in 04, so we're actually going to have to vacate quite far down the runway, so then have a taxi. Okay, flaps are full. Bring the speed brakes up now. We're on our landing speed. Turns out landing speed was actually 133. I was looking at 128, which is not a landing speed. It's actually the VAPP speed, is the approach speed. I made a slight mistake there. We'll disconnect the autopilot and we'll land manually. Yeah. Okay, autopilot disconnected. I now have control. I'm going to put only slight adjustments in so that we can stay on the glide slope and localizer. Of course, we do have the flight director as well. But that's not as accurate. I just say just go by what you think based on how high or low you are. And at about probably 200 feet, you can transfer that visual.
63, push and start approved, facing northeast QNH 1020.
Push and start approved, facing northeast QNH 1020, Lufthansa 626.
Okay, we're a bit too low.
6263, correction, facing southwest.
Southwest, Lufthansa 626, attention.
500.
Checked.
400. 100 above. 300.
Geneva Tower, good afternoon, Delta 79 Mac Bravo,
Continue.
to number 2. Correction, stabilizer 04, number 2, after Mac Bravo.
Delta 78 Mike Bravo, continue, number 2.
Continue approach number 2, Delta 79 Mac Bravo.
50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. Retard. 10. 5.
A bit of lag there on touchdown. Reverses. Normal. Auto brake in use. To maintain centre line, need to put some rudder in. I'll vacate next right. 60 knots, disengage the reverses. Manual braking. We'll vacate right up here.
Alpine 85, uniform kilo, ready for taxi.
Alpine 85, uniform kilo, taxi to holding point, runway 04 via link 2 and outer.
Uniform right, via link 2 and outer, Alpine 85, uniform kilo.
Yeah, got landing lights off. And strobe lights off. Tunnel flights can also come off. And we'll
Top 78 Mike Bravo, wind variable 4 knots, runway 04, clear to land.
Greater than radio 4, Delta 79 Mac Bravo.
top Swiss 91 Kilo Alpha, ready for taxi. Taxi instructions.
Top 91 Kilo Alpha, taxi to stand 4-3 via Alpha and outer.
4-3 via Alpha and outer, 91 Kilo Alpha. Okay, this is 4-3. Okay, a bit fast coming in there. I'll get APU started as well. Okay, we'll come out for the outside. We can kind of marshal ourselves in.
Top 79 Mac Bravo, if available, I can take the stand 127, if available.
There we go. Stopped on the line. Okay, we'll shut down engine 1. Oh, we'll keep engine 2 on for now. Actually, no, APU bleed's now on. We can turn off engine 2 as well. There we go. Get both the gens. Look at that. Get both the gens off. Get all the lights off. And don't know why that's up there.
78 Mike Bravo, taxi to stand 15.
Get the jet bridge and ground power.
Just again, for Top 79 Mac Bravo.
Get the jet bridge connected.
Top 1, correction, top 78 Mike Bravo, which stand do you request?
And we'll set all of these to
This stand 120.
0. And we'll get passengers and cargo unloaded. From there we can get external power on, APU can come off,
So,
seatbelts off,
Bravo, distance is 127.
And there we go.
Taxi 78 Mike Bravo, taxi to stand 127.
That is a full flight done on Vatsim in the fly-by-wire A320. Obviously, these are two separate videos from the departure and arrival. If you want to see a full video of them kind of smushed together, we can do a different flight as well. Make sure you tell me down in the comments below. The next video will be a Unicom departure on Vatsim, and then that will be followed by a Unicom arrival on Vatsim as well, so that we cover every aspect of IFR flying. Also, if you're interested in VFR flying, check out my other mini-series I did on VFR flying on Vatsim. I'll leave a link to all of them videos in the description. But for now, thank you for watching. Hope to see you again shortly. Bye bye.